Macklemore has been candid about his struggle with sobriety, even talking about his painful 2020 relapse, and is now revealing that he is so open about his recovery that his young daughter comes to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings with him. The 39-year-old rapper, born Ben Haggerty, recently appeared on Arcady's Check-In podcast where he said that his eldest of 3 children, 7-year-old daughter Sloane, has been to AA meetings with him. He said, "Sloane's been to meetings with me. She asks me questions like, 'Daddy, how's your sober meetings going?' We talk about it. And I don't want to hide that because it's not something that I need to feel guilt or shame or secrecy around. The whole intention is to put it out into the open. I am not a finished product. This is what I am working on. These are my struggles." Macklemore also shares 4-year-old daughter Colette and 18-month-old son Hugo with wife Trisha Davis. The thrift shop rapper married his longtime love in June 2015 after being engaged in January 2013. They had dated for 7 years before he popped the question. During the podcast interview, he also revealed that he believes it is important for their children to know what's part of their family history. Macklemore explained, "These are things we might have in our family that we have to keep an eye on. Just be honest, it's a conversation, there's no rulebook here. We're at a new point in parenting. I think that having that conversation is important." The Grammy Award-winning artist had first admitted himself into drug rehabilitation for drug addiction and alcoholism in August 2008. He had celebrated 3 years of sobriety before a brief relapse in 2011 and has been open about a more recent relapse in 2020. Macklemore got candid about it during an interview on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon last week as he explained, "I am a recovering addict and alcoholic and have been for the last 14 years. And then COVID happened, and a big part of my recovery community is going to physical 12-step meetings. The These Days rapper continued, "Once those stopped, I was alone, and the disease of addiction was like, yo, this is crazy. The world has stopped, you can get high." Macklemore explained that he had stopped doing the things that prevented me from getting high, and I listened to that voice. He recalled that it was a couple weeks of a relapse and very painful and that he's still working on trust issues with myself and within my close circle of friends. The father of 3 also shared that he took away a valuable lesson from the experience. "It definitely was a reminder that whatever I put in front of my recovery will be the first thing that I lose. I think, for me, it's not a linear path. It's the one disease that tells you, you don't have a disease." He also noted, "There's some mistakes in the future too, somewhere along the line, in some capacity with my life, but I just want to be able to share that with the people that I love and that follow me." When asked if, after having that experience, he thought at all about going back and re-recording some of the songs on his new album, he said that he was able to get to a more vulnerable place when looking back at his work. "The relapse was an opportunity for me to get back to that place of, okay, what went on?" he shared. "Let me talk about it, and let's get vulnerable." He has not only been open about his recovery as he has been very active in promoting the lifestyle choice as he headlined Recovery Fest, which was formed to have a drug and alcohol-free concert and support charities that worked in combating opioid addiction, in Pawtucket, Rhode Island back in September 2018. Macklemore is on the verge of releasing his fifth album, including two with former collaborator Ryan Lewis. His new album, titled Ben, is set to release on March 3rd.
Now